More speed. More speed. More speed. Sketch! Look at you, Boozy! Things are about to get dicey. Quick, under the umbrella, or you'll get soaked. You can't risk catching a cold, because it might turn into something more serious. And if that happens, well, I can't go avenging my clan by picking on the sick now, can I?
I got careless.
Eyes on me! More speed. Visibility is excellent. If we head to higher ground, we can do a full recon of enemy activity in the area. More speed. Here comes the catch. Shudder. More speed. Beg for mercy. Vengeance will be mine! Crush! Quick, under the umbrella, or you'll get soaked. You can't risk catching a cold, because it might turn into something more serious. And if that happens, well, I can't go avenging my clan by picking on the sick now, can I?
Scratch! Look at you, boozy!
Busted! Things are about to get done. Shudder! Touché! Good grief! Crush! To ashes! Shudder! More speed.
Think you can bully me? Stay on us,
Beg for mercy. Freeze to the core. Rack and ruin. Crush! Eyes on me!
Back into it! My work! I will end you. This is it. Looks like I went too far.
Shudder! for mercy. I condemn you. More speed. Shudder.
Pew pew! Ha! I'm here!
Here comes the catch. Power that ended hunt. Vengeance will be mine. Rack and ruin. Beg for mercy. Shudder. More speed. Let us cross swords.
Shake it and stir! Diana!
Freeze to the core. Eye for an eye. Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over. Eyes on me! Beg for mercy. Crush. At least good luck doesn't discriminate by clan. At least good luck. More speed. Rack and ruin.
Yeah! Can't have it your drink!
Vengeance will be mine. I condemn you. I can put these to good use. More speed.
Wow. Lyra's really got a lot. Lyra's really got a lot.
Add astro. Thank you for Add astro.
we made it to Sumeru, our next objective should be to head to Sumeru City and find a way to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. And speaking of Lesser Lord Kusanali, even though we haven't heard too much about her, she doesn't seem to be the same deity who abducted your brother. But even so, people call Sumeru the Nation of Wisdom, you know. If we can get a chance to meet the God of Wisdom, maybe she can give us some useful information. But, Paimon doesn't know the way to Sumeru City. Maybe we can climb up to that spot with the statue of the Seven on it. That'll give us a way better view of things. Even if we can't see exactly where the city is, at least we'll be able to check for some smaller settlements nearby. Wait a second. Look! There's someone up ahead! Perfect timing! Now we can just ask for directions rather than wander around like lost adventurers. Hey there! We're not from around here. Huh? Did they not hear Paimon? Hey! You over there! Could you give us some directions?
Huh?
What's going on here? There's no way she could have missed that. Wait! Could she be ignoring us? Well, even so, she might when we get the chance, we'll just ask. Come on, let's follow her. Just keep quiet. Make sure she doesn't notice us.
At least good luck doesn't discriminate by clan. You want to learn some Favonia's blade work? Alright then, I'll teach you. Oh yes, I'll teach you alright. Mark my words.
Huh? She just walked near that small waterfall and then suddenly vanished! Paimon thought this cave would lead to a village or something, but, look, she's sitting over there! Wait, what should we do now? Do we try asking her for it looks like she's meditating or something. If we bother her now, she probably wouldn't let us off very lightly. Oh! What a lovely smell! It's coming from that sensor over there. This is definitely not your typical place to call... Huh? What's the matter? You don't look too good. What? Is the smell... What's happening? Trap...
Quick! Under the umbrella.
Are you sure it's not serious? The Traveler's been out...
Yes, you can relax. Believe me, Master is extremely knowledgeable. If he says that she's going to be alright, then there's absolutely nothing to worry about. Oh, are you awake now?
Oh, thank goodness! Traveler, you're finally awake! Well, we're at... Good question. Where are we? Paimon was in such a panic when you passed out that she even forgot to ask what place this is.
This is Gandharvaville. It was originally built by scholars from Sumeru as a place to rest in the rainforest. Now it's mainly used by the forest rangers as a base of operations. My name is Kale. I'm a trainee forest ranger. My master and I found you passed out during our patrol, so we brought you here. Oh, no things are necessary. I didn't do anything really. By the way, how are you feeling now? Any discomfort? Oh, that's Master's herbal medicine you're tasting. He gave you some while you were unconscious. Before I forget, Master mentioned you should take more medicine once you wake up. Whoops!
Kale, what's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be careful with these. All right, I'll get it for you once I'm finished here.
Sorry, Master.
Now, the guide to Avidya Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board. But if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time, I'll have no choice but to leave the guide somewhere a little more visible.
Right? This is the second time he's come down with food poisoning this month. I'll be sure to give him a good talking to.
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys having little imaginary fairies dance before his eyes, then we'll just let him be. But the next time he requires any of our medicine, be sure to charge him accordingly. So, how are you doing? Feeling...
Oh, this is my master, Forest Watcher Tainari. He is chief officer over all the rangers here in Gandharvaville.
I already informed Paimon about the reason you fell unconscious earlier. But now that you're awake, let me explain it for you as well. It is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training and meditation in isolated areas, particularly the nearby forests. While meditating, they use a certain incense known as spirit borneol to help calm their minds as they enter a state of deep rumination. In hopes of asking directions, you two followed a scholar named Hypatia into her cave. The incense you smelled inside was the spirit borneol I just mentioned. That incense typically has no effect on most people, but for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition, as you experienced firsthand. Does that make sense? Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences? Or did you see anything while unconscious? Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room and I'll bunk with Amir. Now get a move on and be sure to do as I've said.
Yes, Master Tainari.
Wait, hold on.
Sure, let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while longer in Gandharvaville for further observation while you recuperate.
Further observation?
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand the gravity of the situation once I explain everything to you. Based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination, which suggests your mental state is not in the best of shape. If you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
Whoa, are you okay?
You're experiencing a similar sensation as when you passed out, aren't you? So even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazardly let you leave, it's highly likely that you'd suddenly pass out again somewhere else. The rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again, I'm afraid you might not be so lucky. For now, I suggest you continue taking your medicine each day and avoid wandering off on your own. At least until you stop having adverse reactions to this kind of smell, okay? Good. Now continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Seriously? We just arrived in Sumeru and we're already having problems left and right! Paimon knows we're set on meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible. Hey! Are you even listening to Paimon? Paimon's a... What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now? You mean the vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be? unique you are. Paimon trusts your If he misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right? Huh? You mean that Tainari already knows that what you saw weren't hallucinations? But if that's the case... Oh, Paimon gets it. Well, that settles it then. But it seems like asking Tainari might not be an option anymore. What do you think we should do? Good idea. Kale's pretty friendly. We can ask her tomorrow. Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go find Kale!
I'm dead on my feet. I think I'll stay here a while.
Our recent catch was great. Definitely.
Yesterday, a total of 5 dusk birds.
All right, next let's see your right hand. But please remember that you still need to be careful. Understand?
Yes, I will. By the way, Master.
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time.
But I have a vision too!
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Yeah, since we'll be...
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, perhaps Kale could... And if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
Tainari, we're ready to head out.
Roger, I'll be right there. All right, we'll be heading in...
Yes, you can... So, Kale, what Tainari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but,
Well, a forest ranger's responsibilities can be pretty diverse. They handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities, ensuring fire prevention standards are met, and providing assistance to travelers and locals. As for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas of the rainforest. Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps as we make our way to the Statue of the Seven. Paimon, traveler, this way! You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual.
Yesterday, a total of 5 dusk birds.
Nothing wrong with these 2 lamps. Let's move to the next ones. Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of it. No problems with this lamp. Good. The statue of the 7 is up on top of that large rock formation. You must have seen it when you came down this road before. It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind if you don't clean the statue. Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then. There's not much footing once you reach the statue, so be careful up there.
Paimon will fly up with you and help you with those by the way, Kale, do you know anything about the Dendro Archon?
That depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? Oh, is that the name of the
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. Her works provided a means of peaceful living for everyone. To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared in a great calamity that occurred a few hundred years ago. According to what Master has told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru. To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her reside in the sanctuary of Sirastana.
Uh-huh. Then what?
Well, and then...
Huh? You're not too sure?
Yeah, I'm from Sumeru.
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers.
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Anyway, you 2 know Amber, right?
Wait, Amber? You mean...
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. You could even say that she helped me become a new person. There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment, but is also very understanding of others. If you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. You can't help but be enthralled by her charm and enthusiasm, causing you to fall in love with the lands of Mondstadt and... sorry.
Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you just described, but one thing's for sure, you really like Amber.
Sorry. I was rambling on just now. It must have sounded kind of weird.
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of... So, how do you know that we...
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other letters. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating companion. I knew you 2 were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, considering everything you've been through that day, I thought it'd be inappropriate to bring it up.
Ah, so that's how you knew.
Yep, so please Just know that you two have my complete trust. I wish I could tell you more about the Ginger Archon, but I have been away from Sumeru for some time, and I haven't read any books. Sorry.
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or the Sanctuary of Surasthana until you mentioned them.
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. There is one thing I want to ask, though. So that's why you're here. Thank you for telling me your
Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right? Alright.
You both have my thanks. While you two are up there cleaning, I'll go ahead and inspect the forest canopy. Let's meet back here short.
At it, the deity that's carved on the statue is kinda small. Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Rukkhadevata or Lesser Lord Kusanali? The name does seem to fit. Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that. Let's get started on cleaning this. Nice work! That's one clean statue. Let's head down and meet up with Kale.
Welcome back! You must be tired after all that climb.
Yay! Food! What kind of... Hey! Don't be a party pooper! It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides, the best one...
I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to... Whoops! No! You dropped it on the ground! Not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Oh, Paimon nearly had a heart attack there. Those pitas are amazing! Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper.
You really know how to compliment the chef. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime.
Yay! Thanks,
Oh!
So, Kale, don't you think that Tainari's a little too strict with you? He won't let you touch anything without... Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but she's never said anything. Everyone has their clumsy moments.
No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure, he may seem a bit harsh at first, but with some time, you'll see that he's actually very kind-hearted. I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that is known for their cunning wit and reclusive nature. Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, there's a group called... something? Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants, sages from the Academia have written him many times, inviting him to take up an official position there. But Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. I know, right? I've always wanted to pet them too. Anyway, Master could have easily left the rainforest to take up a position at the Academia, but he chose to stay here instead as a forest watcher, helping the locals every day and passing on his knowledge to trainees. In fact, Master's the one who taught...
Really? Paimon... Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out yesterday. Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way here.
I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little. But, it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, "Why, oh why? Is she going to die?" It probably started to get under Master's skin after a while.
Hey! Don't laugh! Hey! Now even Kali started to laugh! Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't forget this! It's time for some Paimonial...
No! Don't touch me!
Oh, sorry, Kali.
No, I just... I didn't mean that.
Kali, are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm... I'm fine. I'm sorry. I must have startled you both. Oh, well, it's getting late now. Let's...
Huh? What was up with Kali just now? And why is she in such a hurry all of a sudden? Look, she's practically running back. Paimon can't even see her now.
The rainforest climate is far more pleasant than that of the desert.
I'm dead on my feet. I think I'll stay here a while.
Ah, Traveler. You've returned.
Yep, we're back.
Oh, Kale? Yes.
Oh, okay. Paimon was thinking all night about what happened frustrated with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be. Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
Ah, it's you two. I was just
Huh? Tighnari? What are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
You mean she's sick? How could she be?
No need to worry. Something as small as you. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now.
So, Tighnari, what's
let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just...
Time to scout.
All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma. So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because, well, because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
So, Tighnari, what exactly is wrong with Kale?
Right. Ever since she was a child, she's been afflicted with a disease called Elazar.
Elazar?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumeru. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
That sounds terrifying. Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier, it was because...
Correct. That would be the effects of Elazar, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurting herself. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a cure.
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you are already familiar with them. That'll save me some explanation. Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of Elazar was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even now, she can still feel deathly afraid of someone touching her. Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to...
She doesn't need to apologize.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such a...
Don't worry, Tighnari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets plenty of rest, She should get better. Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical... All right. Now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest.
Yeah,
All right, but...
No problemo.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as lunar lotus. It's often used to...
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Lunar lotus can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Lunar lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, okay then. Note to Piper. Never bring up the topic of flowers with Tainari.
There should be lunar lotuses growing somewhere in this area. If you could manage to gather 4 of them, we'll rendezvous here once you've gathered...
Alright, we've gathered enough lunar lotuses. Let's head back to meet Tainari.
Let me take a look. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, Tainari, someone's called...
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But let's go find out what's going on.
Tainari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already cleared just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area, so we decided to come find you as quickly as possible.
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading. So we did—
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision.
Wait, Tainari, why don't you let us help?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice.
Yes, Amir is absolutely right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a dangerous place. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the withering's corrosive effects for a time.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location. Only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, she may not have a vision, but she's a...
It seems the rumors about you are true. In that case, all right, you two... We typically only teach visitors how to identify the withering as they're about to leave. Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered. Oh, Paimon.
That is the withering. All right, traveler. We're going to have to enter that withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to... Thank you. But I must warn you. Don't push yourself. This is... Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the withering zone, you may experience extreme... You ready then? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the withering zone. More speed. Shudder. Beg for mercy. Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we'll need to take care of the tumor.
Bully me! Look at you, boozy!
Here comes the catch. Shudder!
Now, destroy the tumors of the withering. Yes, thanks to you two. We were able to quickly restore this area back to normal.
Tainari?
It's that obvious, huh? Recently, the rate at which the withering zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that withering zone, it won't be long before another one appears. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe. For instance, even though we cleared out the withering zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife that depends on those plants. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of withering zones have started to increase, Kale's case of Ella's...
Huh? Well, what?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being reported. No, none that we know of. The withering has been recorded in Sumeru for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of the world. By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before? Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense, you can basically think of it as a large tree that grows downwards rather than upwards. I'm sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground all the way up to the surface. Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient times to present day. The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is a manifestation of Irminsul. And as for the withering, its emergence is related to a disease that's affecting it. That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Rukadevata's familiars a long time ago. But even those mysterious creatures... I'm afraid we rangers will be battling the withering zones. All right, that's enough on this topic for the time being.
Time to scout. At least good luck doesn't discriminate by clan. More speed. More speed.
Oh, Tainari, you all made it back. How did...
The withering zone you reported has been... Huh. Wait, is that... Oh no, Hypatia!
Huh? What's wrong, Tainari?
This Duskbird is Hypatia's designated courier for urgent news. You do remember her, don't you? She's the scholar you and Paimon were following when you first arrived in Sumeru.
Oh, her? How could we forget?
Let me see what's written in the letter first.
So what's it say? And what's with that weird expression on your face? Huh? All Paimon sees are 3 squiggly lines.
Yes, allow me to explain. After we brought you from Hypatia's cave to Gandharvaville, Hypatia she must have just finished. It's been nearly 3 days since she's had anything to eat, and it appears she's forgotten to prepare some rations.
What? You mean she's been sitting there for 3 days?
Well, obviously because this has happened before. Last time she drew 5 lines, and by the time we found her... Well, needless to say, Hypatia's been through worse, but we should still get to her as... I've got some emergency rations set aside for...
Wait, you want us to bring her the ration?
Let's find out. Here, so, how do you feel?
Huh? Really? But wait, how'd you...
Back when we were clearing the withering zone, I observed that she could adeptly manipulate the dendro element. And if I may ask, when I was telling you two about Irminsol's ley lines, was what I described similar at all to what you saw while you were unconscious? That's correct. Those weren't hallucinations at all. Because what you saw is of significant importance. Not just for the nation of Sumeru. My forefathers were shown much favor by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. We took an oath to protect this nation together with her. Now that that duty has fallen to me, it was part of my responsibility. Now, after seeing you in action with my own eyes, you have earned my confidence. When you passed out, your consciousness had connected directly with Irminsol. I could try to tell you more, but it would be better if you went to ask...
that sounds nice and...
That was because when you ran into her, she was in a special phase of her training. During that... Please, wait here for a moment. Here, take these. It's a meal I packed for Hypatia, as well as some other ingredients. Also, here's a letter that I would like you to give to her. Just show it to her and she'll answer any questions you may... No. I should be the one thanking you. You've both been a great help.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing.
More speed.
Hypatia should still be in the cave. Let's go inside and see how she's doing. Hello? Hypatia? Maybe she went out to look for some food. Let's try looking around the area.
So...
There's no way we can get her to eat in her... Huh? Wait. How'd things out here end up looking like this? What happened? And where are we? Really? Oh. This place is huge! Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
Yeah, beg for mercy.
Just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change? This place is getting weirder by the minute! Hey! What's the matter? You don't look so good!
Well. Looks like we meet again, traveler.
The Abyss Herald! What are you planning to do?
Strange place. Plotting. You needn't worry about such things. They don't concern you. Bow before the Abyss!
Think you can bully me? Can't handle your drink, huh?
Eye for an eye. Freeze to the core. Rack and ruin. Things are about to get dicey. To ashes.
Huh? Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong this time?
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your brother. Oh, pitiful traveler. Are you really so ignorant? Or are you just living in complete denial? His Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in his eyes is that of an annoying bug, only to be stepped upon. The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. Your journey is meaningless. But don't you fret now. Today will be your last. Now die!
What do we do? We haven't seen Hypatia. Oh, there she is! Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that? Are you okay? That's really not like you. Anyways, we can talk about this later. We better make sure... Whoa! Wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around.
Who is there? Tainari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay. You can relax.
I see. So, you're friends of Tainari. I apologize for all the trouble I've caused you. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me. You even brought all this fruit.
Well, actually, we were kind of wondering about that.
Oh, I seem to understand now. All the fruit was likely from my, neighbor.
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you're able to see them?
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and suddenly had a strange dream.
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. I myself had a similar experience once before. You needn't worry. They mean you no harm. They only dragged you into the dream because they hoped to buy themselves a little time in order to scurry away.
So, Hypatia, just what kind...
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deep... I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart was still pounding, and my mind was racing with all the knowledge that I had touched. And at that very moment, I suddenly noticed a small figure. In my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. They must have already been used to me living in the cave. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. By the time I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached them. But I never would have expected that. Yes, no doubt about that. By the sorry.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food... All right, we're out, traveler.
Sounds good.
All done. Let's use the empty box that time. Oh, it smells...
Are you already finished cooking? Even though everything you mentioned was in Tainari's letter, it's still hard to believe you were able to connect with Irminsul immediately after smelling Spiritborn Ale for the first time. It took me nearly 3 years before I could do so, and everyone at the Academia even lauded me as a genius. You should know that some researchers spent their entire lives without ever successfully connecting with Irminsul as you have.
So why does this incense allow people to connect to Irminsul?
The ingredients used to make Spiritborn Ale primarily consist of plants created by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. These special ingredients are conducive to... Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth. Naturally, anyone who can establish a connection with Irminsul in their first ever attempt must be a person of great understanding.
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question. Why was she sensitive to the smell of those plants for such a long time?
That was primarily due to her body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, she could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experience. Taking in any scent similar to the ingredients of Spiritborn Ale would cause adverse effects. Not to worry, though. Technically, your body should still be sensitive to the powers of the Dendro Archon. But unless you're using intentional meditation techniques, the scent of Spiritborn Ale should no longer trigger such reactions.
Whew. Well, that's a relief.
I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities.
Whoa! You're really serious about this whole thing, aren't you?
As a member of the Ritawe Starshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate of living beings, which is why I must turn to the... If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I cannot guarantee that my every attempt to attune with Irminsul will be successful, or that doing so. I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Many researchers in Sumeru have lost their minds while seeking to attune with Irminsul during this stage. Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper preparations and abilities will only lead to one's mind caving in on itself. That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm while minimizing the possibility of involving anyone else.
Whoa! So some knowledge from Ermin.
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight. However, I've been feeling better as of late. I don't get as scared anymore knowing that I have a little neighbor living nearby. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the Dendro Archon. But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself. And they have the curious power to make people dream.
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of place for a
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Oh, is that true?
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children can dream in Sumeru. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical. Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, those emotions could influence their dreams. The fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, the god of wisdom, is keeping us away from the foolish delusions you encounter in your sleep. I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, my parents would always tell me that I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the academia, and went on to become a researcher. But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, I suddenly saw a dream again. It was incredible. Though I don't exactly remember what I saw, I clearly recall the feeling. I suddenly felt like I was a child again. Back then, I was foolish and ignorant as any youth would be, but I was free of fear. Maybe dreaming isn't as bad.
So, do you have any thoughts about the things she saw when she connected with Irminsul?
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. All I can say is that, world forget me. What could that possibly mean? If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. If you two are ever in the area again, please be sure to come and see me. There's no need to be thanking me. You two are my saviors. Besides,
now that we know Hypatia is alright,
time to scout. More speed.
Yesterday, a total of 5 dusk birds.
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher, and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But as Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining. We're here to invite...
Sage Kage, I am truly on. I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Horizon...
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation.
I see. Huh.
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort, and now he requires your assistance.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kaja?
You'll know once you've...
And how long will I be...
There's no definite answer.
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here... If that's the case, then I'm afraid I...
Tainari, but...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
Tainari, what was...
It's nothing. Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to... But all that can wait. How did things go with...
It was quite the event.
Very good. Now that the Traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason...
That's right! We want to meet Lesser Lord...
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least...
Let me think. How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher. Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably...
Oh? What?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord. Needless to say, this device...
Great! Next up, That's right! Tainari, we have some...
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all... She knew you two would be leaving soon, so...
Thanks, Tainari.
Farewell.
Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to some...
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger, and, I'm sorry. But I guess now I understand that the most important...
There's no need to apologize. We're probably still gonna worry about...
Thank you.
Oh? What?
It's my recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember?
Yay! Thanks, Cobb.
I hope that whenever you eat them... Well then, I, trainee Forest Ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please...